I'd just like to know.
Honorable delegates, I welcome you back from either the tea break or the prayer break. I hope you prayed for us or for me. I want to acknowledge that I made some mistakes and we made some mistakes. But I want to apologize for whatever. Now I know that only God is perfect. Initially I thought I was perfect. But it's very clear that only God is perfect. So I apologize, we apologize for whatever outstanding, anything we have done, but we shall definitely improve. We will address the issues ourselves and we'll move forward because of the progress of NIS. So let's go to the auditor's report. Thank you. He's not giving a report, but any comment on his report, on the auditor's report? Is there any comment? Yes. Internal.
Is around. External.
External.
Is it?
Oh, you have seen him. If there's no, sorry? Yes.
Thank you, President. Standing on the existing protocol. The internal auditor gave some recommendations at the end of his report. I've looked through the 6, and I want to suggest that we accept those recommendations. All of them are a very, very good recommendation from his findings and from his work. So, because I saw in a place like the solar energy power system, I think is very, very essential now. Many So all the 6 points.
Sorry, can you move it as a motion
Yes.
so somebody supports you? Okay.
Yes, my president. Thank you.
Hello, can somebody support that motion? Okay.
Standing on the existing protocol, my name is Savio Braimo from Ogun State. I think before we went on vacation, sir, my chairman and other delegates, colleagues, we are of the opinion that when it is time for internal auditor to give his report, he will equally include the account details of individuals that has rubbed their hands or that have been collected, that it will not be deemed fit for Mr. President to single-handedly tell this, this seat only what the Secretary General only collect. I think that was what was on the ground before we. So I want to say precisely that in addition to internal auditor's report, you have to let this house know what others has collected, period.
Thank you for your comment. The delegates from Ogun State, why not? That was the basis of my apology. That was the basis of my apology. That I'm coming. That we should move forward. Sorry.
Mr. President, our past presidents, wonderful delegates, please lend me your ears. Last year, we had a very turbulent AGM. Something that has never happened in the history of NIS happened. Again, we are here today at Ekiti. The way I see the things are going, please let us not end up having a confused AGM. We need to set the ball rolling to make progress in this institution. Permit me, Mr. President, as apologize. I am personally not happy, but he has apologized. And I don't want to stand here and tell you what he did to me as an individual. But this is, let's forgive him and forgive the ESCO. You still have another 1 year. You have a council in place. Otherwise, we won't be able to make any movement from here. There are more serious issues for us to discuss. The allowances that are being quoted, they were not given to somebody to go home with. You use it to pay air ticket. You use it to pay hotel accommodation. And that is why we employed an executive secretary to reduce the frequency at our secretariat. All we need AGM to do is to direct that agreement that has already been agreed in the secretariat be adhered to, so that by the next AGM we can give you a report. Please, I beg you, let's forgive Mr. President, forgive the ESCO, let's get this AGM to the end, and at the end of the day we can all go home being happy. Please.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Hello, Mr. President. Internal auditors report. In order
I thought you want to. There's a motion on ground
that
by.
I support the motion of past President Alabo.
No, that was no motion. It was an appeal.
Is the
Motion by Surveyor Olulade,
that
where he said we should adopt the 6 points proposal made by the auditor. Is there? So, and somebody is about to support somebody. Surveyor Abiodun. Sorry, sir. Immediately after the support, then I can.
Mr. President, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I'm Surveyor Oyedokun Augustine Abiodun, FNIS. I hereby support the motion moved that all the recommendations presented by the internal auditor be adopted for implementation. Thank you.
Thank you, Surveyor Abiodun.
thank you very much. Now, on that area, when we be under his report, he said, B, assessment of the operational mechanism. Assessment of the operational mechanism. I marked it here.
What page, sir?
Page 62. Page 62.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That paragraph, I want that paragraph,
That
page 63.
B assessment.
B. Okay, could you enumerate it because it's confusing? One, two, three, four, five. I queried it here. I said, could you please expatiate? I don't know. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mike.
The president, past president, fellows, dear colleagues. The 5 points I wrote on here on assessment of the operational mechanism. During the period I was doing my job in the secretariats, those ones that I was able to work on, in the past years, what auditors usually do, I mean internal auditor, they don't do pre-payment auditing, they do post-payment. And when I came on board, because of the checks I made when I get to the executive office, when I discovered that most of our spendings usually become very, very high, then I believe that the way I can check it is to request for pre-audit, so that anything that will be done will first of all be estimated and be reduced. So that is the first one that I put there. That is just the explanation there. But when this one started, we set up a particular group so that the Secretary General, the Financial Secretary, the Treasurer, we will be on the same page. If any payment is to be made, when they raise it, we throw it on the platform, we check it, then we send an approval out that these are the ones that are supposed to go. The money on this one is too much, reduce it. The money on this one, this is the person that's supposed to do it. But like I put it there, though my president has apologized, so the system was disturbed. And that is why this report came out in this way so that this institution will move forward. Then on the issue of point number 2 that I wrote there, there are several times F and GPC try their best because there are approval limits to that of the president. The time we try to, do the financial guidelines, the president limit is between 0 and 1.5 million. That of the F and GPC from 1.5 to 5 million. Then executive 5 million to 10 million. Then anything above 10 million is supposed to go to council for approval. Between 10 and 100 million is for the council to approve. Anything above 100 million is supposed to go to the AGM so that our money will be prudently managed. I think I made those steps so that in a kind of a gathering like this, we will have a better report so that at least we'll be able to point out things that we have used the money that you have put in our care so that we'll be able to give a good account of it. But there are a series of things that happen, terms of letters and every other thing that disrupt that particular point. Then on the issue of point number 3, when I started my report, I informed us in my report there that we were given working tools. Personally, I made that suggestion to executive because I took time to make some research on the spendings of the former administration. And I believe that if we are given working tools, if we stay in our domain and offices, instead of taking flight tickets worth 170,000 naira, coming to Abuja, spending 4 days, 5 days, spending over 300,000, when you stay in your office with the system we are using, you'll be able to work in your office and return back to the secretariat since we have an executive secretary. So every members were given working tools. And I expect that all of us should work from our offices. And by the time we need to meet, that will be able to follow the schedule that has been agreed upon. And that is why I made that 6 recommendation. Because we make a kind of schedule that the president can only visit the office 12 times in a year. Meaning that he will come to the office. Please, I'm giving my report, please. That the president can only come to office 12 times. That is coming to office once in a month, spending 4 days, meaning that he will have to stay in the office for 36 days in a year, apart from that of Olumide Memorial Lecture, council meetings, and some other things. When I sat down and calculate this, I realized that if we have working tools, we will save the institution more than 50 million naira. So I decided to put that one up, and the FIGPC, they embrace it. But in the process, since you see I put a principal officers, some of these were violated, and that is what led to what we are. Then point number 4. Many times the institution usually have problem. Somebody that is an associate, you will still see your name appearing, or somebody that is already a full member, you will still see your name appearing as an associate. You will be owing as an associate, you will still be owing as a full member. Then I spoke with the account department. What is the problem? How do we solve these problems? Then I was duly informed that the pitch tree they are using did not allow them to edit or link a particular information. If you are an associate, they want to upgrade you, that particular system did not allow to be done. And that is why some of us, when you have a credit in your membership account of, let's say, 10,000 naira, you will still see that you are owing more than 30,000 naira, because your associate debts will be reflecting on associate. By that, they want to click onto your name, it will be bringing out associate name instead of bringing the upgraded membership name. They have to create new files every time instead of upgrading to the new status. And that is why I recommend in one of my points that it is necessary we get another package that will be able to embrace and update, and you can leak from account department to administration admin department. Then another person that want to click to his record, you can just click on the website, you will have the correct record of your account. And that is why I suggested to the house that we need to upgrade, so that we have a package in such a way that when you click onto your account, if you are having a credit of 10,000 naira, you will not be seeing minus. Some of us, when you check your account, you will see that when you have a credit, instead of showing plus, it will show you minus. So those things are the research I have done. If this house approve it, although the recommendation has been agreed with, so if those packages are given to the secretariat, I also believe that there will be better improvement in the institution. And the last one, sir, I also explained that the money spent at the secretariat for diesel, for bills, at times where you get to the secretariat, they will buy BDC card, 20,000 naira, the second day is finished, the third day they buy another one, the fourth day is finished. Before you know it, we are spending too much money, wasting the resources of the institution unnecessarily. So that is why I suggested that when we have a form of solar, the sun will be charging the battery, every other thing will be moving forward. When we have light, you use AC. When there is no light, you open your window and save the institution money. Thank you.
Okay. Treasurer's report. Treasurer, your report. Oh, sorry. Any observation on the treasurer's report? Any observation on the internal auditor? Okay, sorry. The past president says he wants to say something. You know, he's my Oga.
Thank you, Mr. President. On one, idea is very good, but if the internal auditor himself has to be doing prepayment procedure, he also will always be at the secretariat. So I think the way to go about it is to make sure there is no cash payment to any supplier. All payments are done through check payment. And if you are going to give any contract, a minimum of 3 tenders to be received. But that way we can also reduce the money we spend on our operations. Then the last one is about this high cost of utility. Everyone is suffering from it. But I'll let you know what I used to do. I bought that generator because we needed power in the place. When APBN wanted to come and hold a meeting in our office, we could not, because we didn't have a generator. We had to go to Sokon to go and hold the meeting there. With that generator, anytime visitors are coming, you'll be able to power the place and cool it. But I had one trick. After we fill up the tank, I was always sending somebody to go and check to be sure that the bill they have given to me, the diesel was also inside there. Maybe you should also start doing that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Noted. Treasurer. So, any comment on the treasurer's report? Yes. Okay, sir.
The treasurer's report, sir. I could see that on the ESCO there are areas where you have Okay, page 35. When you see payments, executive council meetings, allowances, and expenses, 55,367,162 naira 96 kobo, which I found to be exorbitant. There's another place where I see council committee. There's another place which I say committee and council meeting. Council meeting, 14 million. When you go on page, next page, ESCO expenses again, 9.750, 9,750,000. If you add all this, I was asking, which is the executive council? I think executive. Okay. And then we have another one. If you add all this together, when you're having over 70, when we have ESCO, over 70 million. And you will. I'm sorry, I don't want to go back. We have been, as have been explained, it's not, I think, we are not, it's not a permanent, it's not a permanent duty that you have to be permanent in the secretariat. The Constitution gives, I think, period, number of times the council can meet. And sometimes when the council, anytime council was supposed to meet, all other jobs you wanted to do. This is not a company where you have to be present every time. I'm sorry to go back. During the period Adeyanju was the manager or whatever name we call it, administrative secretary. Most of the things, as have been said, that is what they are supposed to do. Like we have the ES now, so that the number of times you go to the council and you stay there is reduced. I don't know. I can't leave my home or my base for more than 3 days, except it's an official something. This is a temporary. It's not a permanent appointment that officers have to be there. And there are working tools nowadays that we are having. All these ICT. You can Zoom. You can do conference. All these things. We will be able to utilize this because we need money now for many things. Infrastructure. We can't have 250 something million as our income when you go there, and we don't have any specific something we can point out to. In the olden days, it is the AGM, it is from the AGM that we used to have our income. It is from the AGM, because subventions being paid by individual is nothing to write home about. So it is from the AGM that we used to have the budget, we used to have the income. Whatever is left in the AGM has been was sustaining the council then. But now, I don't know, we are having much money which we should be able to save. 70-something million. 70-something million expended by the ESCO. 55 plus 14 plus 9. Hello, let us consider it. Let us consider it. Pain is, yes, it's paining those of us paying, especially those practicing cadastra. It is those practicing cadastra that is solving this. And many are not practicing at all. Please, let us we have to sit down and reconsider it. Maybe somebody has said it, we will give maybe a limit to what the ESCO should be able to spend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Whatever you have said is noted. We have been doing it, except if you want the treasurer to explain his table. It should. Okay. Any other comments? Sorry? So Iragba, any suru. Let's give one of the elders too. Okay.
Mr. President, thank you very much. Following the line of the statement by past President Adiaga, I won't go into the details again, but the sum added up to 79,189,603.96, which on the average is about 6,599,000 naira, 133.58 per month. I think we really need to do something about that, especially when we are looking for money with which to procure a secretariat building. Number two, sir, I saw repairs and maintenance of building for 4.801008. That's 4,800,000 naira. How can we expend such an amount on a rented apartment? That is very important, sir. I hope you are with me, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No, let me continue, sir.
I'm listening.
Okay. Now, 4.801 repairing and maintaining a building on which you are paid rent for 7,875,000 naira. There must be something wrong somewhere. In Lagos, when they are joking, they will say, "Oh, the foundation is illegal." You don't own the property; you are building a foundation there. It's like you are wasting your resources, sir. I also saw something on NIS consult expenses, which is 3,113,624 naira. Did you quote for a job that didn't bring you any income or something? Let us have due explanations so that we can be sure that there's nothing fishy. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Let me start from the NIS consult. NIS consult, all the 3 million were paid on the documents. NISTF, and so from how many years? Some 5 years ago, some 3 years. That is, we try to have a document that is properly updated. You know, pension, something. And about 3 companies quoted. So we had to pick that lowest, who gave us the 3. And all the 3 million, so to say, were receipted, because that was the instruction we gave to the company. We must have receipts for all of them. Sorry. The other one on maintenance, okay. Maybe of recent, you have not come to NIS Secretariat. You will see that there was a major shift. The former office of the president has been converted to because we employed 2 officers, the accountant and the secretary. So the accountant is now occupying where the middle past president is. So we have to collapse 2 buildings. 2 rooms. 2 rooms for the president office. If you come to the president office now, if you come, you'll be proud of NIS. You'll be proud of NIS. Let me tell you, about 2 years ago, the FIG president came to Nigeria, he didn't visit NIS. And it was deliberate because the president office was, so the man was moving between Aso Rock, Minister, Sokon, no FIG president. The first place he should come, but if you go there now, you will be proud of NIS. And so many things were collapsed. They were changed, and that's why the cost was like that. You can be sure nobody is going to waste NIS money. Nobody, that's the truth. Nobody is going to waste NIS money. All of us here, that is what we stand to achieve. But it's good that you have asked. It's good. Thank you so much. Any other? Oh, and that will be the last person.
President and the House.
Oh. Okay. 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 Why is it only Fakorede who is speaking here? People there are not speaking. I know the people there always say no. But speak, contribute to the progress of NIS, please. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just a little clarification. Because this document, as we are taking it home, we need that page 36 to page 37. A total sum of 21,285,000 in words. And the figure, 22 million. Which one is which?
What page is that?
Page 36 to 37. Thank you.
Which one is correct? Okay, she says the amount in words that is correct. Amount in words.
Yeah, as the last speaker rightly mentioned, that it's possible that other professional colleagues can also look through this book. I will encourage the treasurer to ensure that her figures tally with the figures of the financial secretary, and that those figures also tally with the audited account, because if you look at them, there are so many differences amongst them.
Thanks for the observation. We will look into that. Thank you. Hello, madam.
Thank you, Mr. President, for giving me the floor. On page 35, the last line on that table, plaque production. In 2020, we expended 1,596,000. And in 2021, we expended 13,615,500 on plaques production. Sir, I don't understand.
Yes, we will explain. Lumi.
Me?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma, for the observation. Mr. President, past President, and the House. As I said earlier in my report, I said I am delighted to present to you my report for the year 2021, which happens to be a bridge for the last administration and the present. So in this production, the present administration plus that of the last administration, the plague summed up together, that was how we got the 13,615,000.
Please, Mr. President, the most expensive plaque we could produce was 30,000 naira for Board of Fellow. The plaques range from 4,000 naira to 12,000 to 15, at best 20,000 naira. So how many plaques are you going to produce 30 million? Something is wrong with the figure. It may not add up. It's not correct. That's the point.
Hello? Mr. President, sir, most of these things people are pointing out is for you, because you have already, is for you, for the office to check and be able to caution. You can't be going, we can't go into it now and say how many, but we have seen that there's something wrong with it. And I wanted to comment the other thing. There's too many plaques in my house that I don't know where to put it. Sincerely. Why if anybody does anything, flag. If anybody serves you for 1 week, flag. We now have to reduce how many flags? We now have, since we now need money, we have to be very, very careful and find a way to reduce cost. To reduce cost, we want to buy a building for the secretariat. And we need between 120 to 150 to 350 million. And we are having about 240. Socon will know how much do you put down. Oswald will know how much you put down. And all the other ones. So we have to reduce the cost of most of these things. I don't think any other profession has the opportunity that we have. Most others, they don't have the opportunity we have. They are envying us, and we shouldn't, because of that, to do something that we eat deep into our something. We have pointed it out. Maybe later you'll be able to check to tell us how many plaques. You can't be calculating now. You can't be looking now. But this is a caution.
Gentlemen, I've noted this in my report here. We will look into it, because we will look into it, because from the calculation from the immediate past, let us resolve one, then we go to another one, because this amount is like producing almost 3,500 plaques, which is not possible. Which is not, sorry. Yes.
Sorry, the President, and please permit me to say something. On this place, the part of the ones we gave to the newly registered surveyors, they are also captured there. I believe that is why it's hiked. Thank you.
Hello. The president, sir. The past president. All protocol duly observed. I'm Savio Odaro Bruno from Edo State. Gentlemen and ladies, I'm cold with what I'm seeing here. I'm so surprised with what our lady, the treasurer, is talking about here. Let me take you to line number. Okay. We have on the line repair and maintenance of office equipment. Are we there, please? They wrote 396,000 plus. Then the next you still go down, you still see purchase of furniture and fittings, 2,931,000 plus. Thereafter, purchase of office equipment again, 2 million. Sorry, the first one, purchase of furniture and fittings, 2,931,000. Then the next one, purchase of office equipment, 2,173,173 plus. Then you go down, Abuja, go down, you see Abuja office expenses. I discover they are repeating and bringing in figures. Mr. President, sir. Mr. President, sir, at this point, I would like to move a motion that the forensic audit, as approved by the agent, be allowed. Yes. Should be extended to this year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You are moving a motion. Who is supporting the motion? Everybody. No. No motion. Thank you. Alaji.
Thank you, Mr. President. My own is just on the printing and stationaries. I can see that in 2020 we spent 1,205,275, while in 2021 we expended 10,350,939. Please, can we have more explanation?
Hello? And so, Bewu. Come.
Thank you very much, the fellows and distinguished members. Please to answer or to clarify what our fellow said earlier. 2020, there was no AGM. And in 2021, we had our AGM. And this is 2021. Most of them are 2021 spending. So comparing it, we don't have any 2020 AGM. So most of these things were not done. And if you remember, 2020, no activity was done. Thank you. I'll give the immediate pass to explain further.
Mr. President, our dear delegates, please lend me your ears. There is a standard accounting procedure in that secretariat. Every expense on AGM is lumped together with AGM. We don't go separating AGM from printing. You carry out printings within the secretariat, but no AGM printing will cost you that amount of money. It has to be together with AGM costs. That's the way we do it. So if it's an error, next time, let's try and bring all AGM expenses under one.
Hello? Hello, delegates? So what do we say? Sorry?
I look through everything before it goes to public domain and ask questions.
I need. What's the law, sir? What the law, sir? Nonsense.
Thank you, President. Before I make my specific comment, which I've made more than 3 times in the AGM, I discovered that it looks like the executive committee don't produce budget for the year. And then when they are giving the report, the financial secretary is giving a separate report and the treasurer is giving a separate report. And then in reporting, I don't see where you record miscellaneous expenses to as much as 1.3 million because you finish spending it. So it has a subheading. I made this comment several years ago and they are still repeating it every year. So please, it should be carried on board. There are no miscellaneous expenses except for budgeting. Thank you.
Thank you. What? How can they call it miscellaneous when it starts a purpose? Fellow delegates, we in another 2 months we may need to look into this and represent because like he observed, how can Mr. Leno's expenses be 1.3 million? It's for a purpose which they did not indicate. Like the past president is pointing out, that maybe it's the NIS seal. But if it's NIS seal, it should be written there. And it's not showing here. NIS history book was printed last year. And it's not showing here. So I think they did not separate all these documents properly. And these are the things we will look into and represent this chapter on our, we will send to the states, chairman, one to the council. We promise we will send it to the council where they will see it. Please, I apologize. I apologize. Where are we? So if there is no comment again, let's quickly invite the external auditor. Where are you, please? External auditor. Oh, financial secretary. Sorry.
Somebody mentioned retreat before, and the matter of budget has been a recurring recommendation, and I think even AGM instruction. I think when ESCO comes on board, they should first go for a training. There should be a standardized training for them, so that they will know how to budget. And then they will do their budget. After this training, they will know how to report matters. Especially all these financial, we are not financial professionals. So that all these administrative things will be sorted out and better regulated. Budget has not been coming. We even in council have always requested for budgeting because AGM has always requested for that. And without training, you don't expect what you have not prepared for. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's noted. It's noted, and I think it's a valid advice. No, let us move. Financial secretary. Financial secretary. Where is he? Oh, yeah. Hey, sorry. Any question on the financial secretary? Report. Okay.
Thank you very much. I am Surveyor Dr. K. Okediji. If the reports of Financial Secretary were to be taken as income, I want to ask a simple question. Does it mean we don't have opening balance? Because in this one that she has presented, or he has presented here, there is nothing called opening balance. Balance brought forward. We don't have it here. Now that of the financial secretary also, I mean treasurer, what is our balance now in the account? He didn't tell us that one. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other, the financial secretary will take all the comments. Any other comments? If there is no comment, my secretary, please respond.
Mr. President, sir, the past president, fellows, all other protocol duly observed. What we have here, they are the receipt for the year 2021. I hope I've answered the question, sir. They are the receipt. That is, the money received in 2021, which means that there could be some income for 2020 but paid in 2021, and those of 2021 paid in 2022, they were removed. So these are basically the receipt, the money received in 2020. Okay. Hello, sir. So for the opening balance, it's okay. I'm sorry, it will be affected.
Sorry. Okay, comments.
No, are we finished? I just want, Mr. President, hello? I just want to pass a general comment on the finances and the activities of the Secretariat. There had been a kind of huge amount tossed here and there, disputed, going to be corrected, and so on and so forth. While we want to move forward, accepting that this thing will be corrected, we must ensure that these issues do not raise their heads again in our next AGM. Hitherto, the finances of NIS is based on trust. We don't have financial guidelines. And I want to suggest that either Council sit down and put up a robust financial guideline, or this AGM sets up a committee to draw up financial guidelines to guide every administration, so that all financial officers will be able to work in sync. Because some of these issues that we are talking about now, if the internal auditor does a proper check on the payment before, and so on and so forth, there will be a kind of synergy that we don't want to be throwing, oh, this, explain that. Figures are being brought by the treasurer, being brought by the financial secretary, and the auditor, internal auditor, does not do anything about it. So we need to have financial guidelines. And that had to be set up either by the council or the this AGM. I'm now therefore proposing a motion that we set up a committee.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, my past president. It is not correct, sir, that we don't have financial regulation. Thank God I'm chairman of F&GPC. I think it was reported. One of the points raised was that even when the auditor was explaining, he explained that there are some steps, even given by the Constitution, that there are some steps we have to take while raising memo for a particular purchase or payment. And he has said it. We prepare it. During his own time as the deputy president, he prepared the same for the administration of Surveyor C.D. Charles. When we came around, we saw it that it was a very good financial guideline. We tried to implement it. We formed a budget, presented the budget into the ESCO, approved and cast aside by Mr. President. The problem we are having has been enumerated here before now. The water that is settled, I will not go over it again. Sir, as of today, we have it, even in hard copy, that anybody cares can see it. Not that we don't have a guideline, but the problem is the guideline followed? That is the question. And we are all seeing that. I rest my case.
Now, can I continue now after your observation? Okay.
Thank you, my past president and the House. I think at this particular junction, sir, as explained by the deputy president, there is a financial guideline. But what I will plead with this honorable House is that this House should make a pronouncement that this particular financial regulation should be followed. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. I will explain. Please, I will explain. I have reason for it. There is a budget here for 2021-2022. But it was not allowed to fly. Hello, please. If this budget has been duly followed, we will not be in this mess. I explained during the period I was reporting to you that the spending has eaten deep. Before I use the word eating deep, I know what I have saw. If auditors, secretary general, and F&GPC members has been allowed to carry out their duties, we will have been a check to all these spendings. Okay. And by the time we are coming to this particular meeting, we will have sit down together, check what we are presenting to you. So please, we have a regulation. If this House, direct the President and ESCO that this thing, they should not go away from it, definitely we come back with good results. Thank you, sir.
All right. Can I continue my...
Yes, sir.
All right. Hello. So what I'm now saying is this. These guidelines should not rest only with the ESCO. Hello. The guidelines you are talking about should not rest only with ESCO. Council should have knowledge. Hello. Council should have knowledge of these guidelines. And I want council to look at the guidelines and add to it and make it robust so that ESCO will report to council periodically on their expenses. That is the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can we do we still? Is it okay? Give him.
Mr. President, sir, and all the delegates, my name is Remi Kuberu from Oyo State. My point and my observation is this. It looks as if we are all here as a plague thing. The way I'm looking at this, I want to ask this honorable house, do we still have council in place? Now we have the executives here. Most of these things that we are trying to trash out there supposed to be taken care of in council. You are here, you are here now. The financial something we are talking about, everybody knows about it. All the past presidents have been following it. Why is it that it is at this particular administration that they refuse to follow the financial something strictly the way it's supposed to be? And with my observation, it looks this AGM is not, how would I put it? It's not really prepared. It's not really prepared. It looks like we are just wasting our time here. Because we have been coming from one thing to the other, apologizing. What is going to happen at the end of the day? What is really going on? So are we, with all these things, with all respect to all my past presidents, the fellow of these great institutions, all the members, and all other people, the students and everybody that are here, I think the way this thing is going, we are not going to have any single result. But I will suggest that we will allow this executive, this executive, let them go back, prepare themselves. They didn't prepare for us. They didn't prepare for us at all. Let them go back. Because we said everything should go back to the president. All these things we are talking about, the president should have looked at all the reports. It is not here that we'll be telling us that he didn't see this, he didn't see that. So I suggest that we should allow this ESCO to go back, look at all the reports. If possible, if we can have an emergency AGM in which because this is not going on. That is my own submission.
Thank you, Samuel.
Mr. President, sir, I have a suggestion to this honorable house. This is my third time of being in council. The tradition in council, when we get to finance, is that it's only pillar returns. There is no financial report to the council. I want this honorable house to approve that the ESCO, we do have meeting quarterly. Let there be financial report to the council. The ESCO cannot prepare a budget on their own and execute the budget without reporting to the council. Let there be quarterly financial report to the council. If we have that, we will not be experiencing what we are experiencing here. Thank you.
No, wait. Hello? Hello? I still remain myself, Honorable Surveyor Chibike Orodago from Enugu State. I thank you, my fellow surveyors, the fellows, the executive of the NIS. I just want to ask one question and answer will be followed immediately. Sorry, my question is, all of us are learned. And we have been traveling outside the country, see how government runs, how movement goes. If you are in a government and did not do well, nobody tells you not do well. If you're an honorable member of the house, you stand up and resign honorably. I believe, and I believe anybody who is here, hello? I believe everybody is here is seeing what is going on. And I believe the honorable president is an honorable man. And I support and I move a motion for him to stand up because I have failed this institution to resign honorably. Thank you, I promise.
Past presidents, fellows, members, students, associates, dear colleagues, it's disheartening that we have had to be listening and watching disappointments this morning. This is a failure of executive presentation. I said it in the morning, that unless we are careful, we'll go home without our head. But the president avoided council. We were supposed to have council meeting even once before the AGM. The president, unfortunately for him, you can see now, avoided it. There is a council, national council, made up of all state chairmen and council representatives who do no other executive work in their branches. They are delegates of the people. That makes that council a representation of a true democratic model. But he avoided that council. And in the midst of council, council is not people. Council, in simple word, is advice. When you avoid advice, where will you end? In a mess like this. In a mess like this. But the past presidents have explained, and other people have just explained, that all these things should go back, and every quarter the council meets. They should report financial budgets and their dealings. Everything should come to the council, and it's every quarter. This will solve our problems. We have missed our step, but now it will be corrected. The president has seen his end. So I appeal that we let it be as... It's unfortunate that we have to...
Thank you. The surveyor from... Okay, that's the last person. Please be...
Yeah, standing on established protocols. I think if we continue lamenting and talking about this ESCO, we will not live here today. And it is important that we begin to think of the way forward. And some people have made suggestions here. We have found out that there are a lot of issues plaguing all these financial reports. People have been talking about the F&G PC committee, their reports and all that. And from all I'm hearing here, I don't think even members of this great institution here have seen a copy of that financial and general purpose committee guidelines. So it is important that even as we are saying way forward that it should be reported to council, I also feel that the AGM should be seized with that opportunity of having to cite that F and G PC guidelines so that the AGM can now approve it, AGM can now give a backing to it, so that when you present it to council, council can now begin to work with it. Because it is important that we all know what is contained in the financial guidelines. So let's move forward. We have seen all these things that's happening. Let's look at how we can go forward by saying that henceforth, every financial transactions that is going to be executed by this executive committee should pass through the FGMP committee guidelines, which all of us here will be privy to it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment. Then the external auditor is there. No. External auditor. External auditor.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. All other existing protocols observed. My name is Adeshina Taufik Adebowale, Managing Partner and Head of Abuja branch of Adeshina Adebowale Co-Child Accountants. My name is Adeshina Taufik Adebowale, the managing partner of Adeshina Adebowale and Co. Child Accountants and the head of Abuja branch of the firm. I'm here to present to you your audited financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2021. Let's move to income. The income, because you don't have this, you have it is embedded in. I don't have that one to present. I have my copy. You have that is embedded in the reports given to the members. So you will let me have. Yes. No. 48. Okay. Page 48 of the report. Of the AGM report. Yes.
Mr. President, sir, the General House, I've been raising my hand to say one or two things. My observation is that this external auditor should hold on. We have a lot of things to resolve before. And coming to what I was raising my hand earlier, the ESCO has already apologized, and we all know where this problem is coming from. There was no cohesion. There was no collaboration in your reports, and that's why you are speaking different tones. We have suggested that a representation of these reports be made, financial reports. And you know, some of this problem, let me give you a little background. I'm a member of the council. this discordant tone they are singing was never brought in the floor of the council. They hid it to themselves, whispering behind. All of a sudden, it was brought to the general house. And that's why we are in this quagmire. Mr. President, sir, the general house, if we continue like this, we will not make any meaningful progress today. I will suggest, like it has been said in this general house, that every other report of this finance be suspended for now. Let us, including the external, so that we will now, what assurance this ESCO should give us is that they have agreed. Don't just end in apology. Don't apologize, but assurance that this ESCO can work together cohesively so that the report you will give to us will fall in place. We shall give a time frame for that. I don't want to say it all. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, sir, on that note,
I want to move forward. You still have the Obama gets board and constitution. Then we can still, do we ask, what do we now do with that?
Mr. President, sir, Mr. President,
the President and the House.
My past president, sir, I'm sorry, let me conclude what thank you, sir. Based on what I've earlier said, I will propose a motion that this assembly will urge the executive to be in cohesion, go back, reproduce this report, and send it to the council in the next council meeting within the next 3 months, so that we will go on from there. That is the motion, sir.
The motion has been moved, has been seconded by any other motion? Any other support for no? Thank you. We shall do just that. Thank you, sir. So the internal, the external auditor can go. On the
Please information, this car needs to depart, please. Ekbe 781 GW. Please and please, you can repark this car now. Ekbe 781 GW. Please, you are blocking someone, quickly step out and repark. Thank you. Mr. President, sir.
Where is the external auditor? He has gone. Okay, we'll call him. We'll call him and tell him to appear during council meeting so that he can present his report to council. Now, let us go to Obama's case. It's brief to present.
Since he has called me, Mr. President of the House, case is we've simplified it. The past president forum simplified it. And the summary is that we went to Obama, led by past president Ojai Kere, and we appealed to him not to go to court because, one, going to court is going to cost us money, whether we win or we lose. If we lose, it will be double jeopardy. So we now said, don't go to court. And he agreed that he needs an apology. And after apology, he will not go to court. He also said that there should be a retraction of the statement in our AGM proceeding. And we wrote a letter to Mr. President, and Mr. President thanked us, and he wrote a letter of apology to Obamogie and also to past President Ben Omar Aigbe on the issue. However, we are taken aback by the report by the President that Council stated that he should not retract on the in the brochure of our AGM. Also, we also pleaded that the issue of immediate past president be looked into. We pleaded with Obamogie, and Obamogie said that he will also overlook that of immediate past president if he writes a letter of apology to him and he will not go to court. But ditto for past president Omar Aigbe. I was there on the 2 occasions that we visited Obamogie at Benin. He was quite a gentleman. However, I'm not sure whether the immediate past president has done justice to that or written a letter of apology. But we are taken aback by the statement of the past of the president that council instructed him that he should not retract the statement in our proceeding. And I don't know which of the council's meetings is this in the last council and so on and so forth, so that we would know this. And even if so, the president didn't come back to us to say, well, this, hello, that this and this and this is the position of council. Because we cannot spend money on our going backward and forward, and it took us a lot of effort to produce what we did. He didn't come back to us, only for us to see in the in his report that he was stopped from retracting the statement. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's quickly resolve that. I actually told the forum of past presidents headed by Ojai Kere the decision of council on that matter. It was said that that notice of retraction, you should not go ahead with it. We tabled it as council, and that was the decision. Any comment?
Which of your council meeting, is it April or May or which of the meetings?
The one before the briefing. When was that? May 26.
I think I have a copy of the May report, and it wasn't like that in it.
Council meeting.
Yeah, somebody posted a copy of the May minutes of May council meeting, and I didn't see anything on Obamoge that council said there should be no retraction.
Sir, you may need to. Can a council member confirm, please? Give him.
I was in council when council considered the matter the last time, and I've been in council all the days of council. Council considered that the past president, Charles, acted on behalf of NIS. And if NIS had gone duly to apologize, and they apologized, it should cover him. And the council also considered that the statement he made it as a president. It was in president's report in the AGM, not in the opening ceremony or in the public conference. It was an in-house NIS affair. This same NIS has apologized to him. Because if any retraction will be made, the new president will do so in the report, which represents the current report the past president did in the AGM. But if it was not conveyed to our past presidents and to the to our past presidents properly, it's a pity.
Thank you. That is a confirmation from the council member. Chairman. Please give it.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to collaborate what the last speaker said. The council was of the view that as a president, you are NIS personified. If any decision is taken on the floor of the AGM, the president should not be isolated from the decision collectively taken. For the fact that NIS has written a letter of apology, that solves it. We do not want to absolve or separate our president from the body. That is the situation, and that was the decision of the council, that the apology made is enough. Isolating the past president shouldn't go down well with this body. Thank you.
Thank you. The next issue on the agenda. Sorry? Sorry? That is the council's decision. Therefore, what is the AGM decision? Is this separate from the council decision? No, so thank you. You want? Go ahead.
Mr. President, you want to observe?
the chairman and the whole house. Sorry, the president and the whole house. Savio Brahimo from Ogun. Let us put this issue to rest once and for all. If it will require right now for the president, the sitting president, to address the issue by saying, since a letter of apology has been written, let the issue be put to rest by saying, we are sorry, so that we can move ahead. It's not an issue to be overflowed. Who is saying no?
Mr. President and the House, the way we are looking at it from the perspective of surveyors. Lawyers will not look at it that way, because you have promised you would. This statement was made on the floor and is on the record of last AGM. You promised him you will make a retraction on this AGM, and now you are saying you won't do it. Do not expect that man to take it from you that way. We are surveyors, we will say, okay, it does not matter. Lawyers will not take it from you in that manner. Be rest assured, I'm not speaking for him, but I know how lawyers think. Be rest assured, he must still go back to court, because you refuse. Not that going to court is no problem, but the past president said we will be spending money. That is where our concern is. We don't want to spend money. If we have agreed to apologize in the first instance, what stopped us from putting it on the brochure? Thank you very much.
Let me add something to it. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the addition is this. Hello? The addition is this. We are trying to save NIS a lot of trouble and a lot of expenses. There is no way we will go to court without spending money. And what is the pride in our saying in this brochure that, oh, we have retracted? In fact, we drafted the retraction. Simple retraction. What will it have cost us to do that, other than to spend millions of naira on court case? Why are we cutting our face to spite and our nose to spite our face? It's not done. Thank you.
Mr. President, you wouldn't think that past president who met many times with Baba Ojiekere going, and some of us risking our life to travel. I wouldn't go to Lagos to travel to Benin, so I sometimes travel by road. We deliberated on this thing. We have our ego, we have all these things. But what you are looking at, if a lawyer knows that he's going to lose, but he wants to spend he wants you to spend money, he will go to court. And each time you will continue to adjourn. What of the one NIS and something that we did? We have not gone out of how much it cost the NIS. The past president Alabo was there when which caused this. We can't retrieve the money that these lawyers have taken. We can't retrieve them back. And we know our finances. If we stoop to conquer, that has been my whole life. That is why I wouldn't have problem for it. If you are not hold the handle of a machete, if you have not held the handle of a machete, you can't ask for the dead that killed your father. But when you handle the machete, so gentlemen, we are looking at it. No, we have done this. We are looking at this. No, we have done this. We have done this. Yes, we have done it. Don't retract. Don't do this. Don't do this. The man is a lawyer. He wouldn't be coming from Benin. He has an office here. But we will go and meet a lawyer. And the lawyer will charge us. We have met forensic. I said somebody mentioned forensic. Any small thing forensic. Any small thing forensic. It will be costing us about 7 or 8 million from the money that is pauper. Distraction. Distraction. This is what we are saying. We are not saying. Sometimes when you think certain things. I used to prostrate for my wife when I know that I've gone astray, it doesn't mean that she's older than me, that something. So it doesn't matter. Please, let's consider it very well. Oh. Those of us that met, past president, Papa Ojekere, to go and this and yes, we have retracted what was said in the brochure, and this is it. But your decision, we all will bear it. We are trying as much as to not to distract us, to distract the president, or to distract, come today, come tomorrow. If he hires son, we would like to look for son to pursue. So please, we should try as much as possible to see that we lower everything. God bless us.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very easy matter. The question is, do we retract? Or yes, because we have done everything the lawyer asked for. The only thing that is remaining is a retraction. How don't we do it like this? The elder say, I don't want your information. Don't want it. So the elders have spoken that we should retract. In less than 2 weeks, that letter will get to him. I think we have treated. No. So, another point is, let us, hello, the lawyer again, he said, NIS has apologized. He said, the minister president should apologize. And council was of the opinion that since NIS has apologized, that apology should cover the past president. Yes. Thank you, and God bless you all. Let's go to the constitution. Let's go to item. Gentlemen, you look into my report where I mentioned it. That's page 17 of the report. Let me just read the 3 lines so that we can remember the situation. I said the year 2020 plus 1 annual AGM was inconclusive, and the council members at the various meetings gave divergent views on whether the attended constitution was duly passed during the year 2021 AGM. Honorable members of the council expressed various opinions, and this generated hot arguments for 2 council meetings. 2 council meetings will take 6 months. 1 3 months, the other 1 3 months. So there were hot arguments. However, it was subsequently agreed that the constitution was passed and it should take effect immediately, which we did. But at that point, we don't have anything to work with. So we did it, and it was passed. Therefore, since the tradition is that AGM, before we bring a constitution to the journey of the constitution ends at the AGM, and it will pass through council. So now, council said it was passed. So we now said, therefore, we seek to confirm if the council's position was correct. That's all. So it's It's let's spend only 5 minutes to conclude it, and let's conclude it with facts. No story, nothing, please. Okay. Give him. Observe. We are wasting time. Give him. Sorry. If you contribute, I will stop you.
Yeah, Mr. President, sir, and the House. My name is Pascal Unze, Council Member from Imo, Chairman Imo. Mr. President, I expected you to give full information to this AGM. You would have gone a step further to tell the AGM that this same constitution, you have sold it and collected money. It has been circulated in all the states so that AGM will be properly informed before taking the decision. Thank you, Mr. President. Confirm what I have said, please.
Thank you for that conclusion. I hope he said we have sold and collected money. That is true. That is true. Please continue.
Mr. President and the House.
Please be brief. What we want is an approval of the Constitution. That's what we want.
Mr. President, sir. We are human beings. And in any gathering of human beings, there will be differences of opinions. The way such differences are managed is very, very important. Now, the issue of the Constitution. I remember that, as reported by the Secretary, a motion was moved that Constitution should be adopted at Abuja, and it was supported. No counter motion was asked for, and there was no voice vote to even say, okay, we agree with that motion on ground. We are all surveyors. We are all responsible people. There's nothing stopping you from representing that constitution. If you want to amend it, we'll amend it later. Okay, if this thing is working, why is immediate past president on the high table? Is it supposed to be in the ESCO? So let us grant it, but not conceding that you actually passed it. Then you are not following the constitution. If it sits there on the high table with you, please represent this thing. If you want to amend, we'll amend it later. It is not good to generate heat where it can be avoided. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, this. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have the new, that's the constitution that was brought and sold, and we are still selling. Do you? Is it comment or observation?
Hello? You want to talk? You don't talk?
Our past president wants to talk.
Mr. President and the House, my dear fellow surveyors colleagues, surveyors are intelligent people. We are vibrant. We know what to do. We are first among equals. And therefore, we should do things rightly. And we all went to school at the right time. When we start to prevaricate and without talking to facts, then we make mistakes and we don't want to bury it. Number one, council has no right
no constitutional right to approve a constitution. Hello.
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 You have said no, it's okay.
Hello.
Heard you.
Now,
let him complete his presentation, please.
Hello.
Okay, Jogo.
Hello. We have a document. We have minutes. Where we are going, we are going.
Honorable delegates, please, we have very, very young surveyors here. We must not lay bad example. Immediate past president is, a past president is on the street, and you are saying he must not talk. Please, I beg you, I beg you in the name of surveying. In the name of surveying, don't let everybody express his mind.
The minutes of our meeting, AGM. It is no. I will talk. The minutes of our AGM does not say the constitution has been passed. If the constitution has not been passed,
hello, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
no, I'm not going to sit down. No. Yeah?
Hello. Gentlemen, surveyors. We are not in NURTW. We are professionals. And let us behave. Let our past president say that you can say otherwise. Let him say what he wants to say. Then you can now say your own. Let everybody say his own.
Hello.
Information.
Hello. Now let me. Information, sir.
Information.
Information, my president.
Sorry.
Information, sir.
Information, sir.
I'm the one talking.
Okay, I can see.
An information, please.
Hello. Okay, okay, go ahead.
My name is Fabio Dr. Muzulibo, Council Rep, Anambra State. The information I want to give is that Council never approved any constitution. The constitution was approved by the AGM and it is contained in the Secretary General's report on page 7. My president, the report you gave us is putting us into trouble. What council did was to answer the question, was it approved, was it not approved? And council concluded that the AGM 2020 plus 1 approved the constitution. For you to come back here and start asking us that question again shows that you want trouble. And let me tell you, sir, please, if you look at what in that Secretary General's report, the immediate past president made a comment after that constitution was proposed and seconded. The immediate past president said, and I read, the president called for carefulness that what he hoped not to be the last president of the institution. I'm on page 7. He said that what was presented before the general meeting is for continued togetherness in as much as he envisaged beyond what others may not see, though majority will have their way, but minority must have their say. Thank you very much. This constitution was passed and council confirmed it. Thank you. No!
Information, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. I want us to go through memory lane. I remember during the time of President Bill Clinton of America, Al was his deputy president. In 1992, when Bill Clinton handed over, Al contested that election with President George Bush II. We all know it's not a news that President George Bush won that election and Al Gore went to court. And they held that for us not to change the history of America, for history not to be written against America, we are going to uphold the election that President George Bush won. Please don't let us change the history of NIS. We have our fathers here. We are all members of NIS. We cannot rubbish our leaders. They are our leaders. Yes. Nobody knows it all. But let us listen to what our leaders is going to tell us. Let us I will also want to remind you of something. Even in the motor park, there is decorum. It is high time we give our leaders due respect. We are all going to be leader one day. I can tell you it is not easy to be on these seats. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, permit me, like a motion was moved there and was supported here, that who moved the motion? That we should represent this one, the Constitution. Sorry? Hello? Please listen to contribution.
Hello. The President and the House. The President and the House. We have to be sensitive to the people and their yearnings. But let the people too make themselves, especially we are professionals. So, I mean, whether you will agree or not, hear him out. That's the way we had conducted since we started. What effect, what adverse effect does it make? Yes, you had made up your mind what you want. You don't know how he will end what he is about to say. And whichever way we look at it, please, I'm begging, it is better we don't initiate, perpetrate, or try to institute anarchy. Because whoever allows it, whoever even supports it and looks the other way when it's being perpetrated, anarchy is coming back to sweep everybody. Perpetrator, supporter, all of us. Please, 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 I am begging. Let us first listen to ourselves, give ourselves about 5-10 minutes, then we'll take a decision on it. And you don't know where the decision goes. Now, please, I have not finished. Please, I'm begging. Now, the other side of it is that somebody talked about the immediate past president being on the seat or not being on the seat. I will explain something to us about the Constitution. When you conduct an election, the process of conducting the election starts about 6 months before the conduct of the election. What does that mean? It means you have started a process on a particular constitution. Did you get that? Now, when you conclude that particular election, you already have your ESCO. These are facts. Now you have your ESCO. What happens? If the constitution has been passed, the ESCO starts operating and executing that constitution. The constitution sees through the complete circle when that constitution conducts its own election. That is it. These are facts. Now, a constitution does not have, unless you intentionally give it, it does not have any retrospective effect. So, we started the conduct of the election that put this ESCO here on a particular constitution. And we have them, and that is why the immediate past president has the right to be there. Because we already had our ESCO before whatever it is that we are arguing over happened. So he has the right to be there. Now, when the ESCO starts operating that constitution, will you conduct another election immediately after? No. You continue with the constitution, and the constitution goes its circle when it now conducts an election, its own first election. That is it. Now, what was presented to us last year, as it has always been, was not a new constitution. It wasn't. He was supposed to have presented amendments to the places we want to amend in our subsisting constitution. So please, we don't have two constitutions. So the question on ground is not whether we have one constitution or that constitution. No. The question on ground is whether the House accepted all the amendments to the subsisting constitution and not a new constitution. I am stating facts. Now, the way we should go, whether we like it or not, we can see what we have. I think what the president has talked about is supposed to be a middle ground for us to go. Because when I was coming here, I was coming, as far as I'm concerned, to uphold propriety. As far as I'm concerned, I couldn't be bothered. Who source is God? But here we are. If you are leading the people, you listen to them. Now, the point I am making is that if I cannot ask for the constitution, we all know how we pass our constitutions. We all know how we present our constitutions. Is the chairman of the committee that presents constitution amendment to us. We all know all that. But let's leave it. Let's leave it. But the point I am making is that if we now choose to handle it the way we are, what the president has presented is the middle course. He's telling me that I may not be able to have that representation of all those amendments again, because we never had it as we used to have it. I remember that Sovio Adiaga started a review. He couldn't conclude it in his tenure. It was in Sovio Ahibe's tenure that we eventually concluded the amendments. But let's leave all that because of what we have here now. And I'm saying that if I cannot have it the way exactly we used to do it, then at least let's have a semblance of propriety. We all know that we are even asking ourselves whether it was passed or not. Is this the first time we are amending constitution? That we are asking ourselves, was this passed? Was it not passed? Doesn't it mean there's an issue? Should there be that issue? So please, we are there. We have a suggestion. As far as I'm concerned, I believe that we may not have to represent the amendments and the rest of it, but let us pass the constitution, the amendments correctly, the way it's supposed to be. Thank you.
They are delegates. Yeah. They are delegates. They are delegates. Please let us. That was a contribution from the past president, and I saw you clapping. Let us allow past president to make his own contribution. Please. On the display. Okay, who moved that motion that we should represent? There was a motion. Nobody. Do you want to move a motion?
Mr. President and the House, I am Surveyor CAP Andele.
Yes.
I stand here to affirm that the Constitution, which was presented and passed by this General House at the last AGM, listen, the Constitution which we passed at the last AGM, be allowed to run as fast as at the last AGM.
Mr. President, I want to draw your attention to one fact. Constitution passing is never ambiguous. Look at the report that was submitted here. Somebody has been to, it is ambiguous. This constitution that you said you claim to have passed cannot sail. Listen, look, we must avail ourselves with knowledge that we don't have. Number one, you have gone through Obama thing just now. You know, I didn't make any comment because I know that that thing won't work. In this same similar manner, if one person who is interested in NIS goes to court to say constitution will not pass, you know what? You know its evidence? It is this your document. It is this your document that says prevaricating. Some people say pass, some people don't pass. Does that work? We should not be sentimental. I don't like Atilola. I don't like Ahigbe. This thing here, is it not ambiguous? Is constitution passing an ambiguous process? Somebody will just knock it off. And we find ourselves sorry. This is a place of educated people. If you don't have, please, as I'm talking now, if there are accountant method, if there's an accountant here, I will be the most stupid person to begin to challenge him. We have more than 3 lawyers in this place. So you cannot avail yourself of one of them. Let me tell you, I am a lawyer. I have a law firm. I have been in practice for almost 30 years. And let me tell you one thing. You know the problem, you know what a lawyer is looking for, or any administrator. Is what you didn't do well that is looking for. It's not what you did well. It is what you didn't do well that is looking for. Somebody has told you that if you take this, it's very easy. I couldn't have even said it. 1 or 2 persons, you don't require the whole playboy to go to court. It's only one person who is interested in this. Say, look, constitution will not pass. This is his evidence. This is an evidence that was read in this house. You see, okay, go ahead. Thank you. Be guided. Be guided.
Delegates, let us move forward. Let's have some other contributions. Give it.
Mr. President, sir, the General House, I remain Surveyor Chuksun Zomewu, Chairman Anambra State. I just want to say a few things concerning this constitution. We have gone through a lot during the council meeting. And earlier we have proposed that the minutes of this meeting should be represented to the council. If we dwell on the minutes of this meeting, we will not live here. The president's report is running contrary to Secretary General's report. These are things we need to streamline. Except we do that, we will not make headway. Please, the council never approved the constitution. And I don't want to pitch hole in the report. Let us bury the hatchet. This constitution has no side effect to anybody. Rather, it is progressive. Why wouldn't we allow this thing to go and represent these reports? We will sleep here without doing all that is required. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. We are just repeating the same thing. But the issue is, let us have a divided house where it's the same thing you say, where this you will now say, okay, let me ask, this constitution, was it passed at the last AGM? Okay, that's okay. This constitution, was it not passed at the last AGM? Was it not passed?
Please, my name is Surveyor NC Mba, FNIS. Mr. President and the House, I have been sitting down and listening. I happen to be the one that moved the motion for the passage of this constitution we are discussing. The amendment, the constitution as amended. And it was seconded. And the rest of what happened on that day is now history. Not a very good one at that. And all that is happening today and all that has followed, that we are being told that the council has been finding it even difficult to move forward. We have seen a lot of flaws.
And about 3 times today, the president of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, as seated here, has made apologies saying, please, let us go forward, that nobody is perfect. I want to say that we have a document that has been circulated. There are circulated, I mean, people have paid their money, bought them. It's true. I am not making any callous statement. Please, listen to me. I don't talk all the time. Now, we are faced with situations because sometimes we say something and we mean a different thing. We have been talking about representing a constitution, an amendment that was the motion for which a motion was made and supported before whatever we had that day happened. Now, there are situations, thank God for past President Ebola, who said he created scenarios we should imagine. Right here, we can see the way small time somebody stands up. It's not good for this very noble profession that we can't listen to ourselves. And it is born out of a feeling that of mistrust. That's why these young people behind me, many of them don't want somebody to speak. I am not supporting them. I feel sad. But please, having created some of those scenarios, a scenario may arise here. We are now continuing a process that started last year. A motion was moved last year. A motion was supported last year. And today, we are starting anew. On the same matter, where do we place what happened there? So I appeal to all of us, let us operate with wisdom. And for our leaders, in Nigeria here, a situation arose and we began to hear this clause, doctrine of necessity. Yes, we began to hear all those things. It was in a situation we wanted to save something from going too bad. All through today, we've had a lot of sessions that we just managed to move on. And if what happened last year repeats itself here, whereby we do not have a conclusive decision, it will be too bad for our association. I pray this house that please, because we have reached the stage of adopting, moving a motion and supporting the motion, and there was no dissenting voice that was recorded in the document we have. I said recorded. There was no motion that was different that was recorded in the document we have. I plead with all of us, let sleeping dogs lie, so that we do not create problem for ourselves. And on that note, I once more reinforce the motion I gave that day, that we had put so much into getting to where we were. And it will be sad if we begin now, and probably the scenario we will end up with is that it is inconclusive, in which case we have no amendment. So I rest my case and I plead with all of you who are shouting no, no. You will go home without anything substantial that you can hold on, and it's not good for our institution.
Thank you for your contribution. Gentlemen, we need to move forward. How do we move forward? This is the point. How do we?
Represent.
Please.
Information. You are talking so much. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Hello. The mic is not meant for you. With due respect, please give it. Thank you. But before you, somebody has an information. Please.
My president, sir.
30 seconds.
I am here to provide little information. My name is Ovio Fakologbontunde. The process for amendment of this constitution started well. So many memorandums were presented. Sovio Abiodun that is sitting here was a member of the amendment committee. Mrs. Olokeogun was a member. I am a member. Sovio Yaya was a member. Sovio Chuaibu was a member. Sovio SCK was a member. And all these things passed through. We passed through all these things. Money was spent on it. Various branches sent in their own memo. And we are here now talking of what has been done many years. This thing was defended. If they want to re-amend, there is a process of re-amending. There is a process. Pass through that process. Not that we will step back. There is a process to re-amend. If anybody feels aggrieved about it, he should write a letter to the ESCO presenting his own amendment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please, delegates, we need to understand what we are doing. Nobody is talking about the content of the constitution now. What we are discussing is, was it passed? Okay. From the sound vote, it appears as if it was passed. Don't go. There's an important. The next one is hosting states. Where is the AGM going to be hosted in 2023 and 2024? 2023 and 2024. Suggestions. Alaji, in 15 seconds. No story.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
My suggestions concerning the hosting state, please. We need to look at the situation of the country.
Go ahead, suggest.
Okay, wherever we are hosting our AGM should be a direct flight from all angle.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying that I have any state in my mind, but I'm saying that wherever we are hosting our AGM, please let it be a direct flight to that very state. Let's have a direct flight from that state because of the insecurity of the nation. Please, that is my calling attention, please.
Hello. Don't let us forget that this AGM was taken from Niger State because of insecurity, and that was why we brought it to the southwest. Now, let us ask Niger State, are they ready to host us? Should we give it to Niger State? The voice vote says no. Therefore, we don't go to Niger State. Now, which zone is next? Is it not the Northwest? Which zone? Northwest. Where? Abuja. Hello. Quiet, quiet. You can see an improvement. The improvement is that you said the members of ESCO are not coordinated, but they continue to tell me something. So, and I have to carry what they are saying out so that you can see that there is collaboration and coordination. So, what I've been told is that meanwhile there is, but we still have to go to council for confirmation, Abi. No, okay. The council, gentlemen, from what is in the country now, council said that in the meantime, till everything settles, all our AGMs should be held in Abuja. So we go to Abuja. Those who are in support say yes. Those who are not in support say no. Listen to this announcement. We were supposed to have stopped at 4 o'clock and to reassemble at 5 o'clock for the dinner. The VP National we are now, but this time around, I think we should assemble at 5:30. At 5:30, please, at CTA Event Center near the Light Hotel. Let me hand over to boss. Thank you. Hey. Sorry, it's by invitation. If you have not paid, don't come. Motion for adjournment. You have moved. You move. You move. You move. Okay. That's okay.
I need the mic. I want to support the motion, but in supporting the motion, I want to remind the House that item number 14, NIS anthem, was conspicuously jumped and omitted from the discussion for today. Please, the NIS anthem is sent to everybody. The music score, the music and the lyrics, so that we can continue to look at it. Thank you very much.
It's noted. Closing prayer. General, don't go. Prayer.
In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, we thank you, Allah, for the journey, mercies, for the discussions and the peaceful conduct of this AGM.
And we pray Almighty Allah will take everybody back to his respective house and destinations. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ameen.
We are not coming, sir.